a lot of questions and comments at Cars.com, but one of the questions we get almost more than any other one is this one. Dear Cars.com, should I buy a Lamborghini Huracan Performante or that Subaru Legacy that I've been looking at? Or the other one here, Dear Cars.com, my husband says we should really get a crossover SUV because we've got these 3 kids, but frankly, I want a Lamborghini. Well, we've come here to Roebling Road Raceway in Savannah, Georgia to answer a very important question. Should you get a Lamborghini Huracan? So you might not be terribly familiar with what this is, and that's to be expected. We don't have many of these on Cars.com. Well, this is the entry-level Lamborghini, the Huracan. It was originally based on the Audi R8, but it's obviously been changed significantly since then. Audi actually owns Lamborghini. Not many people really realize that. The car itself is aluminum and carbon fiber. It's got a mid-mounted 5.2-liter V10 engine. It's putting out 640 horsepower, and it's enough to get the Huracan from 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds with a top speed of 202 miles per hour. The Huracan Performante uses a lot of carbon fiber, but it's carbon fiber like you might not have seen before. Check out the pattern here. It doesn't use carbon fiber that's laid down in sheets and then formed into a mold. Instead, they kind of chop it up, mix it with a resin, and then use a special kind of press. So you get this pattern that doesn't look like any kind of carbon fiber you've seen before, and this material is used throughout the vehicle, inside and out. The pattern is unique. It's almost like a tortoise shell. So it kind of looks dirty. You kind of want to rub it and make sure that it's clean, but it is. This is just the way it looks. And because of the uniqueness of this pattern, it means that no 2 carbon fiber pieces between any 2 Lamborghinis are going to look exactly the same. Inside, you've got a lot more of that carbon fiber that we saw outside. It's on all of the parts and pieces in here, including the flappy paddle shifters here. You've got a novel start-stop button. Check this out. You flip it up, and that's what you'll push to actually start the engine. It's an automated manual dual clutch transmission, so it does have an automatic mode to it, but you can also operate it manually using the shifter paddles behind the steering wheel. The switches and controls might look familiar because a lot of them are out of the Audi parts bin, which frankly means that they work pretty well. But you've also got a bank of really unique switches here that have guards on them for operating things like windows. Those also add to the whole element of sportiness into this interior. You've got the main gauges in front of you, but you've also got some digital gauges to the side here that they're in Italian. Pressure olio, batteria, which kind of adds to the whole mystique of the Lamborghini. Now the magic button in here is this one on the steering wheel. You see it says Strada, Sport, and Corsa. Strada is street, Sport is sport, Corsa means race. And what this does is this is your mode selector button. It changes all kinds of settings throughout the vehicle to make what's already a crazy hypercar even more fast. It is just wicked. It's not quiet, but who cares? That noise is what you want to hear. 5.2-liter mid-mounted V10 engine, and it just sings. In Strada mode, street mode, it's perfectly docile. It's almost astonishingly good ride. Now this track is obviously not your typical pothole Detroit urban street, but still, it is really quite supple. Now when you put it in race mode or sport mode, it is going to firm up considerably. You've got 20-inch wheels with Pirelli P0 Corsa tires. I mean, those are track tires. They're meant to have the maximum amount of stick. And they certainly do. Oh my God. Just too much fun. The seats are actually remarkably comfortable, even for somebody my size. I don't think I'd want to wear a helmet in here though, as the headroom is low. It's a sports car, so you're not going to have a lot of headroom in here. The windshield is also rather low too. You've got a good view forward, but the view up, you're going to have to bend over a little bit. Or just be shorter. Take a few vertebrae out of your spine. You'll fit even better. It's worth it. Definitely worth it. So yeah, it's pretty wicked, just about in every sense of the word. It's gorgeous to look at, it's fun to drive. Even a guy like my size fits in the thing, really without any kind of problem. Now, the original question we had was, should I buy a crossover or a Lamborghini Huracan? And given that this thing costs $274,000, it's really not the right question. The question is, should I buy a house or a Lamborghini Huracan? And the answer to that question is you should buy the Lamborghini Huracan because you can sleep in the car, you can't race the house. Find out more about the Lamborghini Huracan on Cars.com.